Hi guys, in this session we will discuss about ngFor structural directive in Angular. This directive is used to iterate the collection of elements onto the template. So let's see with an example. So in the app.component.ts file, let's take an array public. Let's name this one as user list equal to, let's take some user's name Trent Kane Peter and so John. Okay, I have taken 4 users in an array, so we want to display these users onto the template. So let's take one UL tag, and inside that UL let's take an li tag. So we want to apply structural directive ngFor on this one li. So let's see the syntax. So as we will be having asterisk in front of every structural directive, asterisk ngFor equal to, we need to define one local variable here, user of user list. Let's copy this name and paste it to here. So let's see the syntax of this one. So let user of user list means every time in each iteration the user list, one user will be copied into this local variable, and we can able to display that user using interpolation. So I'm displaying user. Let's go to the browser. Here you can see the list of users we are displaying. Okay, along with this we can able to have index of each iteration and even, odd, and other like first and last numbers we can able to get. So let's see with an index I equal to index. So I'm taking one local variable at I equal to index. This is completely user defined, you can take anything, and print. Let's take one more div here. So I'm taking index, print index with interpolation. So let's go to the browser. Here you can see for the first element we are getting index as 0. As we know, array indexes start with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So we can able to get even or odd numbers in this iteration. For that, let's declare one more local variable. For even, I am taking as e and assign even. And for odd, I am taking as o, and you can give it as odd. Let's print those things. Copy this div for few times. Is even. Let's make this one is even, which will return Boolean value e, and is odd o. Okay, let's see. So here you can see is even is returning Boolean value. If it is even, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. As the first element is even, the Boolean value is become true for even. Here you can see all these things. Here you have to remember one thing, we cannot apply two structural directives on the same element. So let's do that one. We should get an error. So I'm applying ngIf and ngFor on the same element. Let's take user list dot length greater than 0. We want to display these users when the array length is greater than 0. Go to the browser. Here you can see we got the error as, like, just here spelling is wrong, ngth. Okay, go to the browser. Here you can see can't have multiple template bindings on one element. So to overcome this one, we can take one parent div, and we can wrap this one inside this one, and we can apply ngIf this one onto the parent element. So at that, in that way we can able to achieve the requirement. Here you can see Trent and Kane, all the users we are displaying. Here we'll simply modify this array to make it more meaningful. Let's comment that one, and let's take users with their status. Okay, user list equal to array of users will take. So name Trent, and we'll be having each user active status will be there. Is active will be one boolean value will be there. Is active true. So we want to display only the active users on the web page. So let's copy this one for a few more times and replace the names Kane, Peter and John. So let's make Kane active status as false. Okay, let's assume we want to display the only active users, means Trent, Peter, John should be displayed on the screen. So let's do the same thing. As we have taken array of objects, we should display this one as like this. Here user dot name. Okay, let's go to the browser. We got the output. So but if you see here, Kane is displaying whose active status is false. If you see, Kane active status is false. We don't want to display the inactive users. So for that one, you can wrap something like this. So user dot length greater than 0. Let's move this one onto the top. Okay, and for now you can take ngIf on this one, ngIf structural directive. So user dot is active. So we want to display the only active users. So let's remove ngIf from the parent. Here go to the browser. Here you can see the Kane is removed from the DOM. We are displaying only the active users. What we are doing here, we are applying two structural directives. One is for the parent element and another one is the child element. So we cannot apply two structural directives on the same element. So sometimes if you inspect this DOM, there will be some situations the design may get affected by adding additional div. So here you can see, so this div is rendering on the DOM. This you can avoid by using ng container. Okay, so let's simply modify this one. Again back to ngFor to the li element, or you can do the same thing. Let's be there itself. Ng container, you can modify this one as ng container. So this will not be rendered onto the web page. In this way you can able to have the properties. So if you inspect this element, here you can see ul li, and you can see some comments here because ng container will not be displayed onto the DOM. It will convert it into comments. So inside ul you can see li tags. So there is no div. So this ng container will be useful in these situations. So when we want to apply two structural directives on the same element, at that time we can use ng containers. There is no limitations for ng containers. We can use, according to our requirement, we can use any number of ng containers on the template. So that's it for this session guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see in the next session.